Sandra. I'm from France, Paris, and I arrived in Korea almost 6 years ago. I'm a designer in Korea. I created my own prêt-à-porter brand. The very first time I came to Korea was 8 years ago now, and I came because some friend of mine invited me here. I didn't know nothing at all about Korea. I didn't know even where it was on the map. So I came really because just for curiosity and do traveling a little bit. And when I came here first time, I was very kind of impressed by the city. Even the writing, I couldn't read, I couldn't speak. So the feeling of being out of control for everything was something I really enjoyed. So I decided to come back for next vacation, and step by step, finally, I kind of settled down in Korea. Summer 2010, I was working in France for a jacket brand, street brand, as a designer and production manager. And I proposed to my boss to bring some jacket to Korea because I was going for vacation. I was very used to go for vacation in Korea. So yeah, I proposed just to my boss to bring some jackets, and I decided to start selling it in Korea. So okay, I'm gonna try. Let me try. So I tried to sell it for 1 month in August, and I was extremely lucky because I had meeting with different shops in Korea, big shops like Corso Como. And they signed the collection right away. So it was a big luck, I realized, because August is the period to sell this type of jacket. It's the perfect moment to buy it, and I didn't know it. So when I see that it was working here in Korea and I could maybe sell French brand here, I decided to come back to France and tell my boss oh, well, we have 3 orders just in 1 month, so how about taking everything and go? And then that's how I kind of decided to make a deeper and bigger experience in Korea. So I came back in October 2010 here, and I started my job as a kind of brand agency manager, kind of commercial agency in Korea by myself as a freelancer. So that's how my first step into staying in Korea. And the second step is I met several months later, I met someone who became my husband. So of course I stayed in Korea then more permanently. Yeah. Even when you're French and in France, it's hard to start a business, because when you start a new kind of adventure like this, you take a lot of risk. So I have to say that maybe being a foreigner in Korea and start a business in Korea as a foreigner, you feel a little bit more light, because you already expect to meet a lot of challenges, so you kind of know that you're gonna have difficulty with language, difficulty to get your paper done, because there's also a lot of papers to prepare, visa and stuff, so you already kind of expect that. So it's kind of a different thing that I don't know how to say. It's kind of, in France you have a stress, but the stress is kind of different. That's what I want to say. But wherever you start a business, you always take risk. So you're just more expecting risk in Korea because you're a foreigner, so there's a lot of things you need to care about, and you don't even know if you will be able to care it about, because sometimes I think about papers, sometimes even Koreans are really hard to understand their own papers, their own tax system, So how as a foreigner do you want to expect to understand it? So this is very challenging. Yes, paperwork, tax system, visa problem as well for people who are not married. It's really complicated when you really want to invest in something and you don't have the right visa or the right legal kind of status to start your business. In communication, for me, the hardest point was, and even today I think, is about communication. When you're a brand, when your work is about product. My work is not a service, it's a product. You need to make it, and when you need to make it, there's a lot of people who are included in this process. I think about when you buy fabric in Dongdaemun, when you go to sample maker or pattern maker if you have a pattern maker, a factory, and with all these people you need to explain 100% what you want, exactly how you want to finish it. And it's really hard when you don't speak perfectly the language to have this precision you want in the finished result. So for me, the hardest part is still the language. The expectation of a woman from society is much different in Europe than in Korea. In Korea, they expect the woman to be charming and to care the man and to be very easy to live and all this kind of little code. I have to say, woman in Korea looks like to be something really hard. As a designer, I'm French, okay? I've been born, raised in France, and I did a fashion design school in France. But the brand, I started it in Korea. My company registration is Korean. My fabric are Korean. My pet, like everything I do is Korean. Factories are Korean, sample maker is Korean. There's only me actually in the brand which is not Korean. So it's very hard to say if I'm French or Korean. I would say I'm just a mix of it, you know. I cannot really like strictly put myself into some box, you know, where it's stick French and stick Korean. I'm a mix of both of it. And recently I went to Russia for a show in Vladivostok, and this question came again, like, oh, so you're a French or Korean brand? And I'm like, I'm both, you know, I'm both. But people like to hear French designer. I noticed, like, wherever you go, when you say French designer, it feels like there is more, it's more powerful, like it's more respectful for people. But I don't think that it should be more respectful, because there's also amazing Korean designer, and I could say Korean designer, and for me it would be the same, but apparently it's not for people. I want the production and the design to remain in Korea. This part should remain there. Maybe in Europe would be more marketing, more communication, more like working on Western countries, selling on Western countries. I would like to grow like this. So of course, to be able to have two branches, you need to kind of grow pretty big. And also with the future, I would like to be able to open some animal shelter, like in relationship with all the collection I do, to be able to have our own animal shelter in Korea and maybe abroad in Europe as well. I have a lot of like social projects I want to do. I have so many ideas, so many projects I want to do. I don't know if I can fit them all in the future, but definitely I will try to make my best to make it happen this way.